Andrew Beckstrom slash Sam Black. White Weenie deck from the open. It's got like a light splash of red for Beaumont and a light splash of black for Scrap Heap Scrounger. But essentially, it's basically just White Weenie. It's got some like vehicle elements in the sideboard, but it seems like one of the more aggressive things you can do in this format. And as long as we're avoiding the Grixis decks, I really like being aggressive in this format in general. So like, I'm pretty excited to try it. I do not know if these Snubhorn Sentries are going to make me smile or not, but I'm going to find out the hard way. Hello, Brian. How are you today? Oh, cool. It seems like my internet is going absolutely crazy, so this stream might be very bad. I'm currently dropping like 15% of my frames, and we just started. Oh, wow. We got a lot of powerful cards in our hand. I feel like I want to be able to play every game. Ha! Now my cards are in order. Because I'm dropping so many frames now, 20%, I don't know if he's just taking a long time to mulligan or if I'm having an issue. Alright. Solid. We're ready to battle. How are you doing today, Mr. Fox? I feel like I'm going to play something on 2 mana, and it's probably just going to be this Servo. Servo's better versus like Moment of Craving. Or we could just wait in my draw step. Attacks for a point less, but it's better versus removal spells. Well, thank you. I don't think I care if it gets censored, especially when we have this much action. It can't be essence scattered, so at least that's something as well. Oh, main deck negates. It's not something you often expect. Nice. Alright, well then. We're certainly playing this. And all of these attack for roughly the same, but this is the one that can't be Fatal Push, so I guess I'll play it. I don't really know which one of these I'm supposed to play. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Servo Expedition just in case we draw Legion's Landing. It's actually probably just right to cast Scrap Heap. Little Scrappy boy. Hey JJ. How are you today? Land wouldn't be bad. Something we can play for 1 mana is not bad either. Guess we'll play this one now that he has Counterspell man up. Nice. Get my red deck wins by blue-black again. They claim the blue-black deck has a decent match there. I still don't understand it really, but I mean, maybe it does. So all of our Thopter arrests are in the sideboard, so if he just has like Land plus Scarab God, we're in serious trouble. Oh, sweet. Not a Land plus Scarab God, so that means we have a chance. They did put on top though, it looks like. Yeah, top. So that's a bad sign. But on the positive note, Scarab God's not that good versus us now. We can attack, or we hit for 8 damage for a Scarab God, and that's without even using the Sheffet Dunes. Cards that are really good versus us right now are Vraska's Contempts and Moment of Weaknesses, I guess. And we were very aggressive. Nice. Ooh, we were going to hit it too. So blue-black control. Sorry about that. You guys don't need to see that. So anyway, versus the blue-black control decks, I'm pretty sure that it's like kind of hard to get these going, because they are probably going to have some sweepers. So like, that probably makes these worse as well. Hey, and I cannot pronounce this. Rixiexus. I'm gonna pretend like that's how I pronounce that. Oh, I definitely want these. Probably want these because it's real hard to kill. I'm not gonna bring in these because like Fatal Push still kills them. I want to get 2 for 1. It had a porn stash? Let's go back and look at that. There's no porn there. If you're talking about the cream of the crop thing, it's video games for emulators. For like modding Super Nintendo classics. Has nothing to do with porn. I think that's the only thing that was even remotely porn. Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo. Sorry, I apologize for like having horrible pronunciation when it comes to names. I'm just a giant redneck. Like I can barely talk most days. We're definitely keeping this hand and a mulligan, so that was great. I highly apologize. I'm sorry. I wish it was porn. I guess we just have to play the highest impact one first. Oh god. Opponent. You have no lands. I'm not a scientist, but I think that's bad for you. No lands and no fatal push? Oh gosh. No lands and no fatal push, friends. Wonder how many of that card he has. Was that a good turn too? Don't want to strongly link to depression. Please don't have another one of those. Okay, sweet, he didn't. So he's at 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and play you. Let's go ahead and play you. And, oh, I should have played the Chef at Dunes. Not playing the Chef at Dunes was just dumb. Because there is some chance that I'm going to sack things to this turn. Yeah, not playing that Chef at Dunes was unintelligent. Golden Demise. See, like this is how bad that was. It's like, now I have to use this. Wow. Should have definitely had a Chef at Dunes in play. Hope that doesn't come back to punish us, but it may. It was like, it was really bad. Opponent missed land drop too, and he looks like he's in pretty decent shape this game. Kind of amazing. I'm certainly going to just try to slam this. Oh, he pressed F6 again. That's bad for him. That's real bad for him. He pressed F6 again. Well, I guess we're going to use that, of course. Then he unpressed F6, so like he's getting us. We at least get 2 cards back if he does have another Golden Demise. We played really badly, but we did not get punished. Just played real badly and did not get punished. We deserve to get punished. We also finished the game in like 15 minutes. How fun is that? I really like these wide aggressive decks as long as like people just aren't playing a million Grixis decks, but considering like 3 Grixis decks top 8 at the Grand Prix and then like a 4th got 9th at the same record that would have top 8'd, like I feel like there's just going to be a lot of Grixis in these leagues and I'm not going to have fun because of it. But who knows, maybe I'll be wrong. MTG Topher. Hello Topher. 3 Pride of the Conquerors and 1 creature. I don't think this is a hand that we're going to keep. Maybe if we knew exactly what we were playing versus we would, but I'd much rather have a hand like what we currently have. It's another blue-black base control deck of some kind. Could be like mid-range, could be Grixis, could be anything. We'll find out the science way. I honestly wouldn't know. I've not been outside. White means white weenie. I guess I could change that title so people would know. Yeah, change the title. White weenie. Sounds almost perverted. There's some vehicles in the sideboard, but for the most part, the main deck is not vehicle related. I feel like we're a substantial favorite on the play. I don't know about on the draw. I think I would rather just play this than worry about drawing 3 cards, especially when we still have at least 1 creature in our hand. Yeah, this is the Sam Black, Andrew Beckstrom. By the way, hello Nar, how are you today? That's kind of interesting. I guess I'm supposed to start with this because I think I would sacrifice this at this point. I don't know, yeah, I probably would sacrifice that. After committing that, it's kind of interesting. Nice. Hope it works out well for you now. Pretty big fan. I think I value these 4 cards more than I do anything else that we can do, but like I don't want to just attack for potentially, 1 damage or whatever. I'm pretty sure I just have to risk this. It does put 6 damage on the board even if they have a removal spell. I think that's a good enough reason to use it. Are they going to disallow this trigger? Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess we just battle then. So they can have Gearhulk next turn. That's a bit of an issue. Still pretty sure I'm just supposed to attack, right? Just like everything that we have. And what's the worst that happens right here? He like commits one thing, blocks one thing, takes some amount of damage. It doesn't sound like that's too bad for us. Him giving us 6 new cards, however, does kind of suck. But how do we go for the kill and pop the Beaumont? It only gives +1/+1s. And like, we're almost positive that he was going to have a Gear Hulk. It's kind of interesting. He could like commit and give 7 new cards and then block the Gear Hulk here, and then like that would be interesting card wise. Oh wow, that is some cards. We got no lands, so we can only play 2 threats. Okay. I mean, there's not a lot else we can do there, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can get up to that. Pretty sure we should then. It's kind of weird that we gained no land there. I don't really care if he kills the Beaumont anymore because we have the Trial of Solidarity plus double Pride of Conquerors. So I'm pretty sure I don't know what he can draw to survive that now that we have double Pride of Conquerors. There could be something that I'm not thinking about, like maybe like Vraska's Contempt, Moment of Weakness, and Fatal Push. He has like Moment of Weakness still. He kills that dude. He goes to 9. He still takes 10. So yeah, he just doesn't have an out then, right? Guess it's better to play this one. Attack for million. This game 1 feels very good because like I feel like our opponent had a at least average draw. I don't know. Definitely want these in this match. I'm pretty sure I want these two because Moment of Weakness and Fatal Push is so bad versus them. Even though these cards were good in this match, I just don't feel like these cards do a whole lot versus decks that have sweepers and or just like infinite spot removal. I think it's like very hard to get the City's Blessing. Whereas like I think this one can be a more surprising card. Like the instant speed, because like we like have the ability to save things from like a moment of craving like we just did that game. I didn't expect Blue Black to be that popular this week. I wonder if I just read the format wrong, or if I'm just like ran into 2 randomly. Like I don't hate that. I expected to play a lot of Grixis today though. Still not sure if I exactly love this card or not. Do you like how it's like a dinosaur? It's like kind of useless until you get to City's Blessing, then all of a sudden, like, he'll bite you. Look at that little mouth. He just looks like he's ready to go after some ankles. Definitely keeping this hand. This hand's gas. Is it bad that I really just want to lead with the Sky March aspirant here? I feel like there's a higher chance that it does 2 damage than this. Nah. I'm gonna go for the higher upside one, I guess. Because we could just draw a second Beaumont. Making him choose between this and this is kind of cool. Rip. I hear this card's very good versus me. So we don't have a way to attack through this, or the way to deal with it, or our mana at the moment to deal with it. Steel card kind of just smashes us. Alright, I guess I'll play that. Cool. Well, we still get to deal at least 2 damage. This card's pretty darn good. At least versus us. Removal spell for the Beaumont would make me sad. Confirmed sad. If we get a land and both of these resolve, we're at 10 for this at least. JK. We just dead. And they didn't attack? That's just weird to me. The no attack's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. I don't think we're on 0 outs. If he's got a Gear Hulk, we probably are. Huh. Guess I'm just gonna play this one. If he has a Gear Hulk, we are probably real dead. Moment of Craving. Flame, pretty much no change except I have inherited a throat infection on top of everything else. Hey, Gunner. What is up? I'm gonna try to kill this with Pride of Conquerors, because I'd rather save the Thopter Arrest for, like, you know, an actual monster. Please work. Nice draw. Yeah, I don't think we're beating the opponent who draws triple Moment of Craving, a Golden Demise, and a Kingpin in his top 15 cards. Just do not think we're beating that. And they flipped Ascanta. Think we are in concede territory. Yeah, we're in concede territory. I agree with Gunner. This is concede territory. That being said, do we want to change anything from the play to the draw? I want to try one of these. I don't really like the cartouche in the match anyway. Just gonna try two of these. I'm not actually sure that this card's very good here, but I kind of want to try it. It survives Golden Demise and, can like, I don't know, it's probably real bad. Well, this hand's great. No fatal push, please. Really? The Kieran's versus the Heart of Kieran deck? That's just kind of awkward to me. I don't know. I guess we want to start getting these going. Golden Demise still absolutely destroys this hand. Kingpin's pretty darn good versus it. Now I kind of wish I'd played that. So he's going to have a removal spell here. And if he untaps and has a Golden Demise, like, you got me. Don't you do it, opponent. Don't you do it. Does he really have double fatal push? I guess I should have played the servo pre-combat. I'm missing 2 points of damage now. I was trying to play around like a sensor or something, but I guess I just got wrecked. I guess I missed 2 points of damage. Maybe it wasn't worth trying to play around sensor? Man, I don't want to discard this. Luckily, we don't have to. I guess I didn't miss 2 points of damage because he could have just killed this, but then we would have had a Beaumont with a second card on it. Which is pretty darn good too. So we very likely did the same amount of damage, but we wouldn't have, 3 cards under a Beaumont right now. Yeah, he had the third fatal push, so I guess we did miss 2 points of damage then, maybe. I don't know. If he doesn't play anything good, we're just going to pop a Chef at Dunes and go for it. This is Sam Black's deck, yes. Well, I guess technically Andrew Beckstrom's the one who made it, but yes, it is their deck. We're not drawing the right cards. We're still attacking for a bunch. Please don't have yet more removal. Even if he has a Vraska's Contempt, it's a pretty big hit. Don't have 3 fatal pushes and a Moment of Craving in your top 13 cards. That would be too strong. Oh, just 4 fatal pushes. It's better than having Moment of Craving, so I'm not going to complain. It's much better than him having Moment of Craving. The casual 4 fatal pushes. I hear that's good. You guys may or may not agree, I don't know, but I hear that's pretty good. It's better than him having Moment of Craving, though. If he has Vraska's Contempt into Gear Hulk, I don't know how we win. Like, legitimately just don't know how we win if he has that sequence of cards. I mean, obviously we can get lucky, but like I don't know how we win if he has that sequence of cards and anything else. If he doesn't have that sequence of cards, I feel pretty good about the game. Alright, he just didn't have another removal spell. 4 fatal pushes and a Vraska's Contempt, not enough. Four fatal pushes and a Vraska's Contempt, not enough. I should have played this deck yesterday instead. I played 9 and didn't lose a game. That 9 deck is terrible. I'm glad that you ran exceptionally well. No, actually, no. Like, I'm not an expert with the deck or anything. But I'd probably bring in the Heart of Kieran's in... Well, I don't know if I'd bring them in versus anything. I'd bring them in versus tokens. Tokens is the only thing off the top of my head that I want them versus. I don't actually think Heart of Kieran's a very good card, so maybe I'm just weird. Anyway, we'll play first. It's not even about just having a problem with the mana, which the mana's obviously worse. It's about the white cards aren't any good. Well, this is kind of an interesting hand. We don't actually have a white mana. Like, this hand's incredibly powerful, but we don't have a white mana. And the odds of him killing this on turn 2 are pretty high. I'd rather keep this hand even though it's only 1 land. It just seems better to me. Especially if the Scry. Like, if we knew they weren't playing a heavy removal deck, you know, like say they're playing blue-white approach or something, maybe the Scrap Scavenger hand's good. But like, there's just a chance that we can't play any of our spells, right? Well, any of our spells other than Scrap Heap. But Johnny's the worst card in his deck. He himself said he sideboards out of Johnny in 16 out of the 19 matches that they took the time to write a sideboard guide for. Like, if he himself sideboarding it out 16 out of 19 matches, that tells you how, like, poorly positioned that card is. Well, this is all we've got. I'm just gonna keep casting things pre-combat and not caring. The fact that he keeps counterspelling our creatures makes me think that he doesn't have a Settle to Wreckage at least. But even if he has a Settle to Wreckage, like it just turns on the rest of our hands, like I'm more worried about a Fumigate than anything. Yeah, I'm worried about a Fumigate, but I'm definitely not worried about like a Settle to Wreckage. I didn't look at his token list yet. Fury missed a point of damage here, but I don't really think I missed a point of damage there, because I think he just casted out this one, and I don't put a lot of value in that Beaumont, so. Guess I'm going to play this one. It's one less last for him if he does have the Fumigate. Kind of just want to play this. That's probably wrong. Yeah, okay. It attacks for 7, but it's probably just wrong. I think he drew that. I do not think he had that card. You can't play around the top of his deck, because like I said, he could just have Fumigate. And then we're in awfully bad shape. Please don't disallow this. I need this to survive. This is a key to victory for me at the moment. That's unfortunate. Like I said, I really needed those to survive. What's the odds that he has another? I guess we just attack for 2. There's all sorts of weird noise in my house. When we go to sideboarding, I'm going to have to go figure out what it is and why. In fact, I think we're going to go check on it now. I want to know why there's noise in my house. I'll be right back. I'm back. So do we win if we draw an untapped land? It'd be like 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we win if we draw an untapped land. Can we do it? That's not an untapped land. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we definitely won if we drew an untapped land. You can't do math at all. You can't do math at all, but we're 1 off now. I'm pretty sure we still just go for it. I'm just trying to figure out which one of the 2 we use. Whatever. I'm going to use this one, because it at least puts him at 1. It's not my fault you can't do math. but we would have been 2 off. Well, I guess 1 off. Alright, we're dead. He's got a glimmer, so that's game. Alright, so what do we want versus this type of deck? Maybe we can play these because they're kind of annoying for him. Kind of just want to be as fast as possible versus them too. Well, no, the game is definitely over. Once he casts a gear hook, he just plays approach on the following turn. What don't I want though? I feel like these cards are actually kind of good here. Maybe I'm underrating this card, but I just don't want this card in my opening hand. Maybe it's key to keep this card if you're trying to get Ascend for these. I don't know. Well, like I said, all we had to do was have an untapped land, and we had that game. Can't keep this hand. We have no creatures. Alright, we'll keep this hand. It's not particularly good, but it's considerably better than it was. Now that there's an artifact on top of our deck. Like, it's like obscenely good now that there's an artifact on top of our deck. Pretty excited about how good it is now that there's an artifact there. Obviously, we still have to hit another land at some point, but this is definitely obscenely good now. Hey, Lucifer, thank you for the follow 14 minutes ago. I'm sorry that I missed it. Which one of these am I playing? Like, whatever I play here, I think gets counterspelled. And I think I care more about the Gideon than the Trowel. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the Trowel then. I'm pretty sure whatever I play gets counterspelled. Oh, JK. Did not get counterspelled. That's fine. So we're just going to kill him on turn 4. Unless he has something. Alright, cool. Turn 4 kill. How fun! We played Magic. Woo! Next turn was going to be sweet. Play this, flip this, and cast this? Deal, opponent. Just deal. Just deal. I don't know if this card's actually any good here, but I don't know if I should be bringing the Gideons in either. I brought them in to like kind of make approach not be able to kill me, but like I feel like he can just still like kill me pretty easy. Well, we have to mulligan, and I guess we have to keep this hand even though again it's kind of bad. Think I'm gonna keep this card just because it's a creature. Break down this deck. We're playing a bunch of little white cards that attack. Some of them are sweet. Some of them are less than sweet. Splinter Twin died for this. Yeah, so this hand's like pretty bad. I guess I'm going to play around Censor because we have 5 lands in our mulligan and no artifacts, so if we get censored, we probably just lose. Who knows? Maybe we'll draw a Boma. Hey, he had a censor. We feel like we're geniuses. We're on top of the world. No one was ever smarter than us. Like how it still just doesn't matter. We draw 6 land. Right on time, 6th land. You're exactly what we needed. You were everything we ever wanted. The fact that I don't have white mana means that if they never draw a white mana the rest of this game, these little dudes will win in like, 8 or 9 turns. Maybe even 6 if we draw more Sheffet Dunes. For an opponent who didn't have white mana, I'm pretty confident that I would have just let that card resolved and looked for a white mana to deal with the board. But if he's got a bunch of Glimmer Geniuses, that's probably wrong. But then again, I would have been shaving my Glimmers of Geniuses in a match like this. Like, I think Glimmers of Genius are pretty mediocre in this match. Ooh. Well, that card's just not going to resolve at all, is it? I will emblem you. Oh no, it's a Regal Caracol. Ah, we're dead. Could just attack with everything. What if I just attack with everything? He has to do some number of blockings. You're a big fan of Shrek. Kinda want to attack with everything. Whatever. I'm going to attack with everything. I don't think we can protect our Gideon in any sensible way to begin with, so this lets us flip Legion's Landing. I think flipping Legion's Landing is like pretty good here. Well, that's dead, and that's dead. Oh god, that thing's really dead. Well, happy days. This worked out so much better than I expected it to. Worked out a lot better than I expected it to. That's all I want to say. I expected to have... I expected to not have a way to actually save Gideon. Also, still don't think we can win. Our opponent's got 6 cards in his hand. So, like, whatever he has is just going to be, like, lots of rude cards. That's an approach to the Second Sons. What do we do when somebody has 18 points of life? It's like a lot of life. You're a 4/4. Have fun. Just gonna get fumigated. It's gonna suck. Get smashed. Yes, I know I'm trading my Toolcraft Exemplar for a cat, but like I don't think there's any reason not to because I believe there's just too high of a chance that he's gonna have like and more cats and or settles and or fumigates. Which, he apparently clearly does. It's going to be interesting to try to figure out what the hell I'm going to attack with now. Um, His approach is like 6 cards down, I think. Definitely not attacking with this. Well, I'm definitely attacking, Gunner. Don't be ridiculous. I guess I'm not attacking with the 2 Skymarsh aspirants. I'm just gonna attack with 3 of the ground guys and like be irrelevant. I'm irrelevant. Goodbye, cat. We'll miss you. Don't counterspell Danto, please. I don't think this thing can attack anymore. It's been decided. It's been decided that Field of Runes can't attack anymore. No, don't have a cast out too, because if you have a cast out here, you probably also have a untap approach. Of course, we expect approach to beat this deck. Feels to me like approach is just going to beat this deck more often than not. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they draw approach next turn. So we have to win this turn or we lose. Spoiler, we cannot win this turn, I don't think. Maybe if we drew like a Pride and he has nothing, we could. He messed up, though. He's not drawing his approach next turn unless he has a... Ooh. Unless he has a... What do you call it? A Supreme Will? Is that the only way he draws approach? When did they shuffle? Oh, they shuffled because of Field of Rune. You're right. Good call. Good call, Blunt. Good call. I'm not a very intelligent person. I appreciate you pointing that out. If it counts for anything, it wasn't going to change our plays this turn. Still just casting this to start the turn. So yeah, I hadn't noticed that, but at least it didn't change the plays at all. So if I attack with everything, what happens? He presumably like blocks here, blocks here, blocks here. He gains 4, but I kill both of those. So if he blocks here, and blocks here, we're only dealing 4 damage to him, leaving him at 5. It's probably worth it to clear the board up. Yeah, you should probably leave a couple disallows in. I'm more surprised about the glimmers than I am the disallows. Alright, well, let's see what he has. Hopefully he didn't just draw approach. Authority of Council does nothing. He definitely drew authority this turn as well. So if he didn't have settle last turn, why would he have settle this turn? I want to attack with everything. Because attacking with everything plays around cast out. Attacking if everything's probably also just like very wrong. Alright, well we're going to attack with whatever's lethal and hope it's enough. Sure. I guess he just played the cat instead of that. Find that awkward. If we do that, then we can't beat a sensor. I was kind of worried, I was a little worried about beating a sensor. Or like a Supreme Will. I thought there was a higher chance that he had a Supreme Will than a Disallow. I'm not drawing an artifact this game. I feel like a Fragmatize would just be really good here too. Well, if they took the time to cycle it, it means they didn't have it. Hopefully they still don't have it. Could have a lot of different things now, though. Drawing another land's not good for us. Alright, how are you going to beat us? Sure. Alright. Red Rober, send us on over a Fragmentize before we lose this game. No, we're dead. He's tapping things in his main phase. Anything that he's tapping in his main phase essentially kills us. Yeah, we have no out now. Alright, well, we lost. But like I said, it's a pretty horrible match. There's just no way it's not a horrible match. Wait, what do you mean? I don't know. Maybe I could have just went with the Chef at Dunes. Who knows? Apparently I've had a message sent to me as well. Rip our 5-0. Let's see if we can win one out of the next two. So far, we've won every game that we've not won the dice roll and lost every game that we did. Alright, well, we have to keep it. The hand's not great when we have multiple trial/pride effects in an opening hand, but I don't think you can really mulligan it. I guess I would rather put it on this one. We're currently 2-1 now. What the hell is opponent playing? Guess I'm going to attack first. Alright, I'm going to play this then. If he'd killed this, I didn't want to play the double legions, but since he didn't kill it, I think I want to. To give us a chance to flip one next turn. Like if he'd had a fatal push, I would rather just cast this. Well, looks like he had a battle to bridge. Rip. Still feel like that was probably the right decision. See what random removal spell he plays this turn. It's pretty important for him to have one this turn. If you don't have one this turn, we get to flip a Legion's Landing. We didn't have a Fatal Push on turn 1, so it means he would have had to drone it this turn. What are the odds that he drew one this turn? I really want to just use this Pride of Conquerors here. Puts him down to 6. They have sweepers in their main deck, is why I kind of want to. Guess I'm not going to. I'm going to be slightly more greedy with it, but they have like Doomfalls and sweepers and shit. That's why I wanted to. And we had a Chef at Dunes for the following turn. I probably should have. He'd have been at 6 and we'd have been attacking for lethal. Yeah, I'm just a bad Magic player, ain't I? At least he doesn't get a profitable block this way. I'm pretty sure I just made like a completely terrible play then. It may not matter if he doesn't hit a sweeper, but well, if he has an untapped land, I guess he could Dune or Runes plus thingy and be alive. Well, he doesn't even need an untapped land, does he? So he could Rune plus Hour here. Okay, that works too. Puts him at 6. Well, at least the Hour doesn't do anything now, at least. I have that to be thankful for. I'm not sure his current plan. Opponento, where did you go? We were having fun. But opponent, we're having fun. Come back. I actually do really like these white decks. But opponent. Does an opponent know we were having fun? Opponent doesn't understand what having fun is. Hey, Matt, what's up, man? Wait, is that Admiral's account? If so, I should have paid a whole lot more attention earlier. Oh God, no, don't gain more life. Hey, Rick, what's up, man? I have no idea what the Admiral's account is. I would have imagined it just said Admiral. Do I get to be told what format that is, or is it a total guess? Sultai with zero context, just Sultai. That's a damn Scarab God. This is Admiral's deck then. Well. At least there's no creatures in the graveyard. You know, except for the one. So I'll play this thing too, even though it kind of sucks. But smash to put him at 1. He's not dead AF yet. He definitely has outs here. Like they have sweepers and everything, right? They can mastermind for a sweeper. Like he's definitely not dead. Okay. He's currently dead, but he wasn't dead on board, and his deck definitely had outs to the board state. Like just drawing a mastermind or an expertise here is absolutely wonderful for him, right? Because this probably isn't going to win the game. That was mostly hoping for a good draw. Speaking of good draws, I have simply no idea what all could be in his deck. Like, I don't think he has much of anything. He's got like Contempts, Moment of Weaknesses, Doomfalls, Sweepers. God, Sweepers are annoying. Huh. I don't think I sideboarded Heart of Kiran's enough. I don't like Heart in this match at all. Like, if we have a big board, we're going to win anyway, right? It's not like we have a lot of things that crew Heart. Like, we only have one creature that crews Heart by itself. And it's just too easy for him to kill one creature. Which is why I wasn't bringing it in versus blue-black as well. Like, we have to have multiple creatures for the Heart to work, and then, like, he can still answer it with too many cards, 1-for-1? I don't like this card in this match for sure. I feel like I like these. They're a little annoying for him to kill. I think I like the Gideons too, but I'm not sure. Hey, Agrofiend, what's up, man? That sounds illegal. I don't know how many Scarab Gods he has, so I don't know if I want Thopter Arrest or not. I think I pretty much just want to be as fast as I can be without getting myself 2-for-1. Like, these can fly over for a win. Pretty sure this is all I'm sideboarding. kind of afraid of Gideons. Like, they don't really attack well on the ground. Can I keep this hand? I really, really want to keep this hand. I have 4 things we can play. Yeah, I'm keeping this hand. I don't know if it's right. It's a 1-land hand, which feels kind of terrible, but there's like 4 different things we can play. Oh, this is a bad sign. Well, we missed a land drop in our 2 draws. And maybe they don't have a thingy. I want to save the landing to the end to maybe get like a surprise flip off of it or something. I'm pretty sure we can't win this game. We've missed 3 land drops now. Or sorry, land drop over 3 turns. We've only technically missed 2 lands. We've missed drawing a land over 3 turns. Sure. If he has any spell to go with that, we're just not going to win this game. Alright. Screw it. Might as well see how he sideboarded and keep playing. Willing to concede here, but this feels like a pretty good match. I don't hate that. Little does opponent know, we're still casting spells. Liliana's mastery over Caracols in a tokens deck? That's kind of interesting. He's got to be able to beat us, right? He's got like 6 mana and 5 cards in hand. I don't think our motley crew of 2/2s are going to get there. His library. So whatever it was in his main deck. That's probably a bad sign. That's probably just Scarab. Not sure if we can beat Scarab in game here. Uh-oh. On the boards. Yes, this is the one that gives me a chance to flip the Legion's Landing next turn. I think we put up a good fight. We've did 10 damage to him. Whatever this is paying X, I think. Or he tapped his mana weird. Hour Promise? Not super concerned about that one. Is red being less played? I've not found red to be less played at all. It didn't top 8 the Grand Prix, but it was all over the top 32. Play like double spell. Pretty sure we're just dead. Guess I'm gonna play this one. It's the one that in theory can attack. Feeling more and more confident about not winning this game, but about this being a good matchup the longer this game goes on. This matchup is just seeming fantastic. Um, Still don't even have a third land though to play our important card. I guess we'll play blockers then. See if we can extend the game any. Still have 7 permanents. Goodbye, Effort Spear Harvester. We needed you the most. Vanguard's not particularly good anymore because he's got Deadlands and this. I don't care if he's using something to kill that. I'm fine with that. I put no value into this card at all. We don't have 3 lands. I'd have been happy to have 3 lands. Like, we certainly can't win from here. Unless he has the most god-awful streak of bad luck that there ever was. Like, it would take some criminally bad luck to win from here. He's already got 2 deserts in play and he's drawing an extra card every turn. Won't put it at 0%, but it's certainly below 1%. Another removal spell. This one does nothing. Again, he's got 2 ways in play already to kill it. What you gonna do when the 1/1 comes for you? How is our opponent only 2 cards deeper in his deck? I guess our Beaumont's discarded a lot of cards. Boom, boom. Multiple expertise in the main deck. There's multiple expertise in the main deck. Do we need to try to bring Gideon in, maybe? To survive rafts? If he didn't have multiple Deadlands still in play, I would say this is a start. We'll probably concede the next time he puts some kind of threat on the board, no matter what the threat is. Whether it be Scarab God, Hour, Liliana, Vraska. Probably just scoop to any actual threat. He started with multiple blue men. Okay. Scarab God's definitely enough. I feel like I just want these now. Not sure which of these are actually better. I think I'm gonna get rid of the stub horns. We still have, 26 creatures if you count the Gideons and the Harvesters. The snub horns, I think versus his deck with the sweepers and stuff, it's like probably really hard to actually get Ascend. Is that what I'm talking about? Yeah, Sin, that's what it's called. Maybe we should have mulliganed last hand, but we probably wasn't beating whatever he had anyway. Well, this hand's just stone unplayable, isn't it? Like, this card's not very good. 1/2 drop and a 3 drop. He has duresses and stuff in his deck. Just don't know if it's good enough to keep. I'm gonna try it, but I do not think this hand's good enough to keep, really. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to mulligan here. I'm mostly keeping this out of just pure science. We don't have any of our 16 1-drops, is probably a bad sign. Exactly what we needed, another land. Probably should have just went ahead and ticked this up, since it's very likely just going to get Vraska's contempted anyway. So any creature next turn will give us a Sin for the Pride of Conquerors, assuming he doesn't kill anything on the board. So there's a very high chance that he has Vraska's Contempt. That puts him at 17 life, and we're attacking for 1, 2, 3 plus 12. We're attacking for 15. I think it's probably right to go for it. Because he could not have the Contempt, too. Looking like he doesn't? Sure. Guess he's just got 2 Moment of Cravings, and his Pride of Conquerors is going to be insane. How good was that? Throw your hands in the air. Oh, God. How good was that second Pride? Wow. Alright, well, science paid off, and we got lucky. That's the second time today that we've used a Pride of Conquerors to save something that was getting a Moment of Craving. So in just 4 matches, that's happened twice. I am a huge fan of this Pride of Conquerors and decks that can actually achieve Ascend. That is the second time in 4 matches that this has come up. Alright, well, we've obtained a pity chest. Let's see if we can move on to the 4-0 or the 4-1. What turn was that? Turn 4 or 5. I wasn't paying much attention. Let's see. We played something on 2, something on 3. We attacked with it once on 4. So it's turn 5. Alright, well, we'll play first. We've won every match today, by the way, that we've not won the dice row. We've lost every match that we did win the dice row. So I don't know if that's telling us anything, but apparently we need extra cards to win. I kind of want the extra card more than I do the extra point of damage. I think I want the extra card more than I want the extra point of damage. Because there's a chance that, like, if we just draw a land, that I would dump this if he had, like, a turn 2 removal spell. Turns out that's not going to come up, but there was a good chance that I was going to dump that. These stub horns, by the way, have been awful, but we've not played versus any red decks, and I think that's what they're for. Like, these just haven't been good in a single of our 5 matches today. That was probably a mistake. But I probably should have played the Dunes on turn 2 anyway. I just took the point of damage. That way I could have played the Spires on this turn. Because if he lets me get a card under the Beaumont, I would sack it. Hell, I would sack it for just the 2. And then we wouldn't have black mana. So I gotta pay more attention to the lands I'm playing if we're going to keep running this deck, I think. I think it was actually a fairly significant mistake that I don't already have the Spires in play. It may not occur to matter in this game since he apparently doesn't have a Moment of Craving or a Fatal Push, but like there's definitely games that could matter, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, well, that's a 9. That's a 9 ball. 9 ball's not quite enough. He's going to have to tap his mana for something next turn, so I think it's okay to save the Pride. But maybe it's just wrong to save the Pride because we could be using the Sheffet Dunes next turn? Oh, okay. Opponent's done. Alright, well, opponent just didn't draw anything that interacted whatsoever. Ooh! That card could have potentially got us blown to crap out. I'm a big fan of our opponent not doing that. Alright. I'm definitely taking this card out. I think it's pretty hard to hit that crap. When decks just have infinite removal, I think it's really hard for any of... like, I don't really want to get 2 for 1, and I think it's pretty hard to actually get a send. Definitely want the Thopter Arrest. Definitely want Death for Spear Harvesters because they're easy. So, like, these are the cards that I like the least. Not actually sure. Definitely don't want that. So it's one of these 2 stay in the deck. This gives us a higher likelihood of having very good draws in the early game. We already have like 4 Pride of Conquer, so we kind of have this effect already. You can type ! Deck list, but this is the Andrew Beckstrom built Sam Black played deck from the Grand Prix this weekend. Beckstrom did not make day 2, but Sam Black went 11-4. So I don't know how good it is, but like it's pretty fun, and I'm a big fan of playing these aggressive white decks right now. So I just wanted to try them all. Like we've played like a couple different lists of vampires. We played a couple of different lists of green-white. We played one of the blue-white ors. But in general, I really like how these just white aggressive decks play out. I think as long as Grixis isn't real popular in the format, that they're pretty good. I think they're all pretty good versus the red deck, which is mainly why I'm trying them. Though we've not got paired versus the red deck at all. Yeah, the solidarity's been very good. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and play this one now. Not sure which one of these is better to play. Probably just better to play this one. It puts 1 less power on the board, but diversifies the threats a little bit. I like the idea of playing that before he can use a counterspell. Like, I like this better because it makes Legion's landing potentially better next turn, and if he, like, counterspells this, I'd rather him counterspell this on a following turn than counterspell a servo on a following turn. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get... So he still gets to attack if we do this. It's like none of these are particularly good to play now. Kind of just want to play this, I think. Because whatever we resolve next turn will give it a send. I'd say we're in pretty bad shape this game. The Kingpins are very, very, very good versus us. Servo would have got me a send this turn, but I wouldn't have had the card that actually gets me a send this turn, right? So, like, getting 10 permanents last turn and not having the send thing in play doesn't really help. He pressed F6, by the way. So it means I probably should have played a Danto because he pressed F6. That's probably a fairly large mistake by me. Was that a good draw? Kind of hoping he counterspells that. And just attack with everything now, right? It's like we profit damage now. Would anybody like to tell me how good a mass removal spell would be here? So they put on bottom. I got a feeling a mass removal spell would be really good right here. But I'll let you guys decide. Hopefully at least it's Bantu and not expertise if he has it. Because if it's expertise, I'm going to cry. Alright, well never mind. He just didn't have it. He kept some weak hands versus us, but we did beat blue-black 2 other times this tournament. And both the other blue-black decks, I think, had pretty reasonable draws. So, like, we went 3-0 versus blue-black, even though our opponent obviously kept some weaker draws this game. Where's that deck at? I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this opponent obviously had bad draws, but our other 2 blue-black opponents did not have bad draws. Like, the other 2 blue-black opponents played pretty good. One of them even cast the Scarab God, but we happen to have the Thopter Arrest. Hey, Mana Traders. Jay, what are you into? But yeah, so we got a nice little 4-1 of this deck, which was pretty nice. Deck felt pretty interesting. Pretty strong. Like, I really like all of these little white-based aggro decks at the moment. They all seem like they're pretty competitive. I have no way to tell which one really is the best of them, but like all of them have been pretty strong. I've felt. I've really been impressed just by casting little white creatures and attacking. This is the only card in the deck that wasn't particularly good today, but like I said, we got paired versus no red decks, no other aggro decks. We got paired versus basically mono removal decks and the one like 5-color ramp deck, which like none of those, which is a mono removal deck itself. So like this card's obviously going to be pretty weak versus all of those decks. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with the card in general. Yeah, we went 4-1 aggro. We lost the match to... What did we lose the match to? Gunner can tell me. Gunner, we lost to something. What was it? We beat 3 blue-black decks, and we beat one of the Hour of Promise ramp decks, and we lost to... Oh, we lost to blue-white approach. How can the blue-white approach fiend forget losing to blue-white approach? Which we potentially punted that game. I'm not actually sure. And we picked up one game versus it. But anyway, so that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to hop off here, and I'm going to host somebody. Let's see, Joe Lassette is playing the vampire deck that I like with the Suncrested Mares. And Thundermo Hellcat is playing the deck that we're playing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and host Thundermo because he's playing the deck that we're currently playing, and I want to give this deck some more love. But in all honesty, I'm probably going to go watch Joe because I really like that vampire Suncrested Mare deck. I think it's actually pretty good as well. And keep in mind, for anybody who cares, that in 30 minutes, the Standard Super League is going to be on, featuring Team Genesis tonight. So, that'll be on the Magic channel. But take care, everybody, and thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate everything, and later.